Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indah Naufal Hidayah. I'm from Theories and Principal Learning, Class D. And today I will showing about a teaching demonstration and I choose writing class. Okay, I will start. Hello student, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning guys. How are you? I hope you are in a good condition and stay healthy because it's still pandemic today. So we are going to have a writing class, especially argumentative essay. But in this virtual meeting, before we start, I will share screen to you first. Okay, wait. Okay. So today we're going to talk about argumentative essay, student. But before we begin, do you have any question that relate to this topic? I'm pretty sure that some of you maybe have a test from other teacher about writing something, and maybe some of you have been here about essay. Please, if you have any question, just click raise hand, guys. And if not, I will continue to the next slide. Okay, I think there is no question from you. So let's continue. So first of all, about what is an argumentative essay? An argumentative essay is a piece of writing that takes a stand on an issue. In a good argumentative essay, a writer attempts to persuade readers to understand and support their point of view about a topic by stating the reasoning and providing evidence to back it up. An argumentative essay aims to inform and provide evidence of an argument regarding an issue or problem. So, argumentative essay is a piece of writing that takes a stand on an issue. And also, the purpose of this essay is to persuade the reader to have some opinion, to have some point of view that same with the writer. That's why the writer giving an understand and reason to support their point. Okay, the next slide is about what are the important points before we writing this essay. So student, we have to knowing our topic that we want to choose and we have to make sure that we're really good at. So for example, when I'm going to talk about flower, so I have to knowing a deep information about this flower that I want to talk with you. And for example, I want to choose orchid flower, and I have to know about the color, the habitat, how to plant it, and other things. So we have to really knowing a lot of information about about our topic that we want to explain in this essay. And the next is we have to determine our position on the topic. We have to really determine it, which I want to become pro team or contra team in this topic. And three is prepare evidence to support our argument. So it is really essential because when we want to say something, we have to knowing the reason why we give the statement. So make sure that we really have a lot of evidence. And four is prepare our argument against. You have to prepare a different argument from your own opinion of view. After stating this counter argument, you must state why they are wrong, why they are weak, or why they talk about ineffective by presenting further evidence, guys. So it is okay that we talk about a little bit contrast statement from our opinion, but and then we have to refute it by giving further evidence. We have to explain why their statement is wrong, why the statement is weak, guys. So with this way, we can take more attention from the reader and persuade them to just agree with our opinion. Okay. And the next slide is about how to write a good argumentative essay. So to start with, we have to knowing introductory paragraph. Introductory paragraph is the first paragraph of our essay that should outline the topic and providing the necessary background of our information and to make the readers understand with our argument. There is also thesis statement. Thesis statement is very important. This is just a point of the introductory paragraph. This is an important part of our first paragraph. This is a concise one sentence summary of our points and claim. A thesis statement is statement that define our position on the problem. So in the previous slide, I've been showing you about determine our position on the topic. Number two, guys. So and then there is thesis statement. So in this thesis statement, we showing our position. We choose contra team or pro team with the topic. And the next slide is how to write a thesis statement. So first, we have to turn the topic into a question and answer it. So it is really interesting point when we want to write about introductory paragraph. This method is effective because intriguing question draw readers in and encourage them to keep reading to find the answer. And two is state an argument and then refute it. The second trick is we have to make other argument and then refute it. This method is effective because it uses evidence and immediately demonstrates our credibility, guys. And the next is briefly outline our main point. So we have to giving our main point in the introductory paragraph to support the thesis, of course. This is the example about banning smoking. What do you think about banning smoking? The whole country is divided on whether smoking should be banned. I firmly believe that smoking should be outlawed because it pollutes the environment and it drains us of valuable energy. So the first sentence in here is like attention grabber, guys. What do you think about banning smoking? So it is like you make a question to the readers and then they will think about what is banning smoking. So it can take a feeling of curiosity and thinking about your topic that we want to talk. The whole country is divided on whether smoking should be banned. And then there is sentence. I firmly believe that smoking should be outlawed because it pollutes the environment and it drains you us of valuable energy. And the red sentence in here is my thesis statement. I will also give my reason about my thesis statement by using the conjunction because. So I firmly believe that smoking should be outlawed because it pollutes the environment and it drains us of valuable energy. So this is also show my position about topic that I agree that smoking should be banned. Okay. To make sure for this slide, do you have any question? Okay, I think not. I will continue again. Nah. The others example and it's talk about part-time job. What comes to your mind when you hear the word part-time? Would you imagine working in a restaurant while doing your college assignment or think about being busy doing two jobs in a day? It is not foreign to our ears when we hear part-time work because this is a common thing that is done nowadays, especially many students do. Some people argue that working while studying is something that should not be done by students. Nevertheless, I believe that working part-time has a positive impact on this individual because they get positive experience and values that can be applied in everyday life. I also start my introductory paragraph by a question statement. What comes to your mind when you hear the word part-time? And then I continue with question again. Would you imagine working in a restaurant while doing your college assignment, or think about being busy doing two jobs in a day? So this is like uh, you want to make your readers take a lot of attention on your topic. You want to the readers think more about your topic. And then I also give my contrast statement in the blue sentences. Some people argue that working while studying is something that should not be done by students. But even though I give a contrast statement, I reviewed it by giving the red sentences. Nevertheless, I believe that working part time has a positive impact on this individual. So I giving my statement to refute the blue statement in here, guys, because they get positive experience and values that can be applied in everyday life. Okay, student, I really hope that you understand the example of introductory paragraph that I give you in this slide. So it is very important to giving your thesis in introductory paragraph because it will bring you to make a body paragraph in the next step. Okay. This is also the other example, and it's still about introductory paragraph. You you not if you don't want to use a question in the to start your introductory paragraph, you also can make a common sentence like today smoking is an issue that is on everybody's mind. The whole country is divided on this issue. Some people believe that smoking should be banned everywhere, while others are so hard. The blue sentence is also a contra statement from our point of view, but and then we refute it by giving red sentences. And I think this conjunction, like however, even though, nevertheless, is very important to just show our argument and like this. However, I believe that tobacco should be outlawed because we also giving the reason from my statement because smoking endangers everyone's health, pollutes the environment, and drain us of valuable energy. Okay, this is about introductory paragraph. And the next step is body paragraph. So after you read an introductory paragraph by start with thesis statement, by start with other argument and then refute it and then thesis again, the next step that you have to make is body paragraph. Body paragraph is a typical argumentative essay comprises three or more paragraphs that explain the reason why you support your thesis. So after you make a thesis, you make body paragraph to support your thesis, to make strength your thesis statement. Each body paragraph should cover a different idea or piece of evidence and contain a topic sentence that clearly and concisely explain why the reader should agree with our position. Giving evidence and giving a topic in the body paragraph is very necessary. Okay, this is the example. So in the previous slide, I've been show you about part-time job, and this is the body paragraph of part-time job. Generally, parents give money to children for basic daily needs such as buying food, buying books, and paying school fee. However, by following a part-time job, students can make their own money and use it to buy additional necessity. For example, students can buy reading books and pocket money and other tertiary needs. They can also use the money for other business capital without the need to ask their parent. In addition, Students can be more calm and free when they want to take part in various competition or seminar. As we know, some seminars with well-known speakers require students to pay for registration. Consequently, working part-time can have additional uses in student life. So in the red sentence, I try to support my thesis about part-time job that I agree with this. It's okay when students want to take a part-time job, and then I make my body paragraph in here, and in the last sentence I try to back to my thesis again. Consequently, working part-time can have additional uses in student life. Okay, the next body paragraph is also the other support. Another advance that can be obtained when participating in part-time works is experience. So my point in my body paragraph in here is experience. Student will get a lot of experience in here. There is a wise saying that experience is more valuable than money. However, it would be better if you get to experience while earning money. When students work, they try to adapt to their work environment, obey the rules, interact with friends who are older or younger, and are required to be able to do their work optimally. This of course make them more trained and ready to work than students who do not do part-time work. They will have a sense of responsibility, practice independence, and be more efficient in using time. Furthermore, students who take part-time jobs will have greater knowledge and friends. Thus, in addition to gaining valuable experience, students also get positive value that can be applied in everyday life. So we have to use a conjunction that really support our statement, guys. Another advantage, furthermore, those, this is like back to my thesis again, that I want to persuade the readers to just agree with my opinion. The next slide is I give a little bit contrast statement in here by using on the other hand. So by using this conjunction, I just try to giving the readers, there is also contrast statement about my topic. Some people argue that working part-time has some drawback. So I talk about drawbacks. Students are required to be able to divide their time wisely between completing schoolwork and doing work. The problem is not all students can use or divide their time well. They will learn on one of them. This will certainly create new problems. In addition, some parents also think that working part-time will hinder student graduation because their focus is divided into two, thus hampering the learning process in lecture. So this is like the drawbacks of part-time jobs, and this is also difference with my own point of view with this topic. But and then in the next step is conclusion. The paragraph that restate your thesis and summarize all of the argument made in your body paragraph. Even though in the previous slide in my body paragraph there is some contra statement because I give it, but in the conclusion I reviewed it again. From this review, although part-time work has its drawbacks, we can still conclude that the negative effect of working part-time can be ruled out by looking at the more positive things that are obtained. For that, there is nothing wrong if we try to new things that can be an experience, because the more experience we get, the smarter a person will be in determining the direction of life. So in the conclusion, I just make sure I will make sure that my argument is right, even though I give it a little bit contrast statement. But and then in the conclusion, I take it back into my thesis again. So I think that's all, guys. If there is any question, please just click raise hand, and or maybe if you shy, you can text in a chat box. Okay. If there is no, I will continue to the next slide. Okay, I think there is no question. We can continue in additional information. This is type of essay. So essay is not only about argumentative essay. There is some typical essay that we have to know because when we've been in the university, I think making essay is important things. First type is about analytical essay. Analytical essay also serve to provide information about a concept. The difference is in this essay, the discussion is more in-depth to present more objective information, such as by explaining the advance and disadvance. For example, if you want to explain homeschooling, you can add an explanation of the advance and disadvance of the school concept. Okay, the next type is narrative essay. Okay, this is like often written from a first person perspective. Essay written to apply for university or scholarship are usually in the form of personal essay so that the selectors can get to know the applicants better through their writing. So this is more personal. They use their own argument and they talk. I think they will talk a little bit about themselves. Usually, it is used for scholarship and other things in university. This is called narrative essay. Okay, student, the next essay is descriptive essay. As the name implies, the purpose of writing a descriptive essay is to describe something in detail using our five senses: eye, ears, hand. So we have to describe it. Sight, smell, hearing, taste, touch. The subject or object discussed can be in the form of experience, object, places, and so on. By reading the descriptive essay that you wrote, it is hoped that the reader can easily understand what we want to explain. For example, I want to describe about a home. I want to describe about a flower. I want to describe about a tiger. I have to know their habit, their habitat, what they were, their food, and other things. So we have to explain it by using our five senses. And the last is compare and contrast essay. This type of essay is used to compare the two by pointing out the similarity and the difference between the two. Thus, the reader can get a comprehensive picture of comparison. So, in the last type of essay in here is we have to try to knowing what is the same between two objects, what is the difference between two objects. For example, when I want to making an essay about uh, Google Meet and Zoom, so I have to know their strength, their weakness, and I have to explain it to the reader. Okay. Okay, thank you. So I think that's all, student. If you still have a little bit confused, you can also chat me, or maybe you can just write in the chat box. I will reply your question. I think that's all our material today, and thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for your time to watch this video, even though this is just virtual, but I hope we can still learning. And let's close this class by saying Alhamdulillah together, student. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.